In the world we live in, the choices we make about the people we allow into our lives significantly affect our growth, both personally and spiritually. This idea resonates strongly with teachings from various philosophies, including Buddhism, which emphasizes the importance of surrounding ourselves with the right individuals. Our environment, the people we interact with daily, the energy we are exposed to. All of these factors shape who we are, just as fertile soil influences how a seed grows. Imagine planting a healthy seed in soil that lacks nutrients or is infertile. No matter how promising that seed is, without the right environment, it will struggle to grow. This simple metaphor perfectly illustrates a key principle that governs human life. The quality of our environment determines our potential for growth. The environment doesn't just refer to physical surroundings, but includes the people we allow to occupy space in our lives. While we may possess great qualities, such as kindness, patience, or a strong work ethic, if we surround ourselves with toxic influences, those inner values will eventually diminish, much like a seed planted in infertile soil. This is an essential teaching in Buddhism. Our environment, particularly the people we associate with, plays a monumental role in shaping who we become. Whether we realize it or not, the company we keep has the power to nurture our inner qualities or degrade them. The Buddha once had a profound discussion with Venerable Ananda, his close disciple, on this very subject. Venerable Ananda proposed that half of Buddhist practice relies on the company we keep. However, the Buddha corrected him, emphasizing that the entirety of Buddhist practice depends on it. This interaction highlights a fundamental aspect of the Buddhist teachings. Having noble friends, or Kalana Mitra, is essential for spiritual growth and personal development. Noble friends are those who not only refrain from pulling you down, but actively inspire you to cultivate good qualities such as compassion, mindfulness, and love. These noble friends aren't just there to offer occasional advice or companionship. They are vital for guiding you through life's challenges and helping you maintain focus on what's truly important. They act as catalysts for your growth, steering you toward practicing the Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha, and developing your inner self. So, what happens when we are surrounded by people who don't align with our values? In today's world, many of us find ourselves in environments that aren't conducive to growth. We may live in households or work in places where negativity, jealousy, and other destructive emotions are prevalent. These environments have the power to sap our energy, erode our enthusiasm, and dampen our inner values, just as infertile soil hinders the growth of a seed. However, even in these difficult situations, it is possible to find individuals who inspire us. The key is recognizing those people and holding on to those connections, even if they are rare or fleeting. In moments where life feels overwhelming, one good friendship can make all the difference. Just as a tree can grow stronger by extending one root outside of a small, confined pot and into rich, fertile ground, we too can grow by cultivating relationships with people who possess positive qualities. Reflecting on my own journey, I can confidently say that the people around me have had an immense impact on the person I've become. There was a time in my life when I found myself in a toxic environment, surrounded by people who didn't support my goals or dreams. At first, I didn't notice the toll it was taking on me. I was frustrated, unmotivated, and unsure of why I felt so stagnant. However, things began to change when I consciously sought out people who inspired me. Mentors, friends with a positive mindset, and individuals who shared the same values of growth and compassion. It was like stepping out of the shade into the sunlight. These people not only lifted me up, but challenged me to become a better version of myself. They pushed me to confront my weaknesses, to develop my strengths, and to be more mindful of the energy I was allowing into my life. As a result, I became more motivated, focused, and resilient. In my experience, one of the most profound changes I saw was in my mindset. Instead of focusing on the limitations of my environment or the people who were dragging me down, I began to focus on what I could control, my associations. By deliberately seeking out positive influences, I was able to shift my entire outlook on life. I started achieving goals that once seemed impossible because I had people around me who believed in my potential. The speaker in the video also shares a powerful personal example from their early days as a monk. When they began practicing monkhood, it was challenging to engage in certain practices, such as meditation. Meditation, especially in the early stages, can feel like an uphill battle. The mind is restless, and sitting still for hours on end feels unnatural. However, in the monastic community, they had the support of senior monks who had already mastered the art of meditation. These senior monks meditated for hours, and their example inspired the younger monks to persist, even when it was difficult. This is a perfect illustration of how being surrounded by the right people can make all the difference. The younger monks might have given up if they had been practicing on their own, without any guidance or inspiration. However, by being in a community where meditation was valued and practiced, they were able to push through their struggles and develop their inner qualities. Many people may resonate with the question, how can I find good friends when I live in a toxic environment? This is a legitimate concern. Not everyone has access to supportive, uplifting individuals in their immediate surroundings. The reality is that we don't always get to choose our environment. Sometimes we find ourselves in places or situations that we didn't ask for, surrounded by people who don't support our growth. But here's the key. Life is full of fleeting moments where we encounter people who do inspire us, even if it's just once in a while. It might be a colleague at work, a teacher, a mentor, or even a stranger we meet briefly. The challenge is to recognize these opportunities when they arise and hold on to them. Even if we can't change our entire environment, one good relationship can be enough to inspire significant growth. It's like the bonsai tree the speaker mentions, a small tree that can only grow so much because its roots are confined to a tiny pot. But if just one of those roots breaks free and connects with fertile soil, the tree will begin to flourish. Similarly, one meaningful connection with a person of high character can act as that lifeline we need to break free from a limiting environment. Building and maintaining these connections requires effort. It's not enough to simply meet someone who inspires you. You need to nurture that relationship. Just as a plant needs water and sunlight to grow, our friendships need attention and care. Here are a few ways you can cultivate and maintain positive relationships. 1. Be intentional. Look for people who share your values and who inspire you to be better. This could mean attending workshops, joining communities, or reaching out to mentors. Be deliberate about the company you keep. 2. Invest time. Like any relationship, building strong connections takes time. Make an effort to stay in touch with the people who uplift you. Whether it's through regular meetups, phone calls, or even a simple message, nurturing these relationships is key. 3. Be a noble friend yourself. It's not just about finding good friends. It's also about being a good friend. Cultivate the qualities of kindness, compassion, and generosity in yourself. As you grow, you'll attract people who share those qualities. 4. Limit time with negative influences. While it's not always possible to completely remove toxic people from your life, you can limit the amount of time you spend with them. Be mindful of the energy they bring into your life and set boundaries where necessary. 5. Seek community. Whether it's a spiritual community, a professional group, or a group of friends with shared interests, being part of a community can provide a sense of belonging and support. As I reflect on my journey, I realize that the most important lesson I've learned is the power of association. The people we allow into our lives have the potential to shape us in ways we might not even realize. They can lift us up or pull us down, inspire us to be better, or lead us astray. In many ways, we are the sum of the 5 people we spend the most time with. This realization has made me more mindful of the company I keep and the energy I allow into my life. In conclusion, surrounding ourselves with the right people is not just a suggestion. It is essential for personal growth and spiritual development. Whether you're on a journey of self-improvement, like in the context of Buddhist teachings, or simply looking to become a better version of yourself, the company you keep will play a critical role in your success. It's crucial to recognize the value of noble friends, those who inspire you, challenge you, and help you grow. Even in the most toxic environments, there is always the possibility of finding that one person who can help you break free and flourish. So, choose your friends wisely, nurture those relationships, and never underestimate the power of association.